walking around. It's extras casting, so sometimes it is a lot of the same people dressed different, and but sometimes it's new people too. So mostly people who live in Georgia and are actors.
And there are a few real zombies who they hire, but you gotta keep them, you have to put them in a cage and keep them separate, because if they get loose, they just start eating people, and it's terrible.
Okay, noch jemand eine Frage? Ja. Well, he wants to know if you guys know how many seasons there will be altogether.
As long as people keep watching it and they can come up with good stories, as long as they can do it.
Also da ist kein Limit gesetzt, solange die Leute das halt schauen und die Interesse da ist, wird die Serie halt immer weitergehen. Okay, noch jemand eine Frage? Ja.
At what stage do you know that your character is going to die? Do they tell you in front of one season, or especially for you, did you know from the very beginning that you would die in the first season already?
I think when I was given the job, I knew that he's going to die before the end of the first season. I didn't know what was going to be happening before then or how I was going to die, but I did know that. A lot of times on TV, as an actor, you have no idea what's going to happen. I had a friend who was on a show called Weeds, and he'd been doing a few seasons of it, and they were telling him what great stuff they were going to do next year, and he got to the first episode of the new season, he got the script in his hand, he's looking through it, and he dies. So he didn't even know, yeah. So career-wise, it's hard, because you don't know how long you're going to have that job. So you want to make a lot of friends with the people making the show, and you want to create an interesting enough character that they would want to keep you around. A lot of times they'll have someone who's supposed to die after 1 or 2 episodes, but if it's an interesting character, and if the people writing it are interested to keep coming up with stuff for that character, then a lot of times they'll keep that person around.
Yeah, I know for The Walking Dead it's been all different. Some people have found out just by reading the script, and they found out that they're going to die, and some people find out before the season. You know, like, okay, you only have a few episodes, so just so you know, and this is the plan for the whole season. And then sometimes people know the night before they get the script. Some people get a script and then the next script is completely different and they don't die. I know that's happened a couple times. So yeah, it really varies. But I think they try to tell us before we read it, you know, this is so that you're not reading it totally surprised. But it changes a lot. Tough job. Thank you.
Noch jemand? Ja.
What was your favorite scene to play in The Walking Dead?
It's hard because I really loved in the second season when well, there's the episode that I'm going to commit suicide. And I get to do a scene with Lori Holden, and I always loved that scene. She has a line about the pain doesn't go away, you just make room for it. So that's one of my favorite lines. So that's probably one of my favorite scenes. And then I loved in season 3, the very first episode. We got to do a lot of shoot days where we were all together as a group, you know, fighting zombies, running around, the campfire scene. So that was probably, that whole episode was really fun. Just because we got to spend so much time as a group together, and I always feel like that really inspires me and motivates me. So those are my favorites.
One of my favorite scenes was in the first season, in episode, I think 4, the first time that the zombies come into the camp, and there's that big attack, and then Rick shows up and they've all got guns and they're shooting. Right before Amy gets bit, we're all sitting around the campfire and we're talking and we're just having a nice, like, just getting to know each other and laughing, having a good time, and then all the zombies come out and, you know, I got a bang. So I think that actually was a really great night. We had that nice quiet scene and then all hell breaks loose. People die, very intense. That was fun.
Okay. Noch jemand? Ja, dann frage ich noch mal was. The scenes in and around the prison. Is that an actual abandoned prison or is that just set up off stage?
Well, it's actually, they built all of that, and it looks very real, and they built all of the outdoor stuff, and then the inside of the prison is stages, so it's just like big, huge warehouses, and then they have the inside of the prison built. So I think they looked for a long time to find the right prison, and they just couldn't find one they really liked, so ended up building one, and it turned out great. It looks really real.
Also ich habe gefragt, dieses Gefängnis, was jetzt so aktuell da noch ist, ob das ein echtes, verlassenes Gefängnis ist oder halt ein gebautes. Und sie sagt, es ist ein gebautes, also die Außenfassade ist nachgebaut. Alles, was drin ist, das ist eigentlich ja, in einer großen Lagerhalle mit einzelnen Abschnitten drin und sieht aber sehr, sehr realistisch aus.
Woodbury is actually a little town called Sonoy, and that town will actually shut down all of its storefronts 2 or 3 days a week so that they could shoot there. So that was really nice of the town, I guess, to let us do that. But it's actually a little main street of a little tiny town in Georgia. Some of the things are built and painted to make it, you know, it'll say like Woodbury City Hall, you know, different signs and stuff were put in place to make it look more like what we wanted.
Emily, I really, really love your voice, and maybe you can sing the lines for us.
I should have practiced it. I've practiced since yesterday because I don't know, I should have. I know, he's like...
Vielleicht einen kleinen Applaus zur Aufnahme. Ja. She wants to do
the Tom Waits, the last song? Yeah. Okay. Okay. They hung the sign up in our town. If you live it up, you won't live it down. So she left my real son, just like a bullet leaves a charcoal eyes and Monroe hips. She went and took California too. Well, the moon was gold and her hair like wind. Said, don't look back now, just a couple of gin. You gotta hold on. You gotta hold on. Take my hand, stand right here. You gotta hold on.
Gibt es sonst noch Fragen? Bestimmt, komm. Do you have your own CD you want to know?
I do, actually. I'm a songwriter. I write sometimes with bands, you know. Like I'll go into a studio and help a band write a song. And then I also write songs for myself that I sing in clubs around New York. So I do actually have an EP of some songs that I write and perform around the city. It's my other job.
Okay, eine Frage haben wir noch, danach ist dann Schluss. Wer will die letzte brennend heiße Frage stellen? Oh, ihr habt das so toll gemacht. Irgendwas wollt ihr bestimmt mal wissen.
Jim,
Oh, na gut.